My name's Joseph. This is Stitch Perfect. It's a company I started around 4 years ago in coach trimming. So all classic car and vintage car interiors and luxury vehicles. The reason I started it is because it was something I was trained in, but it was also something I was very passionate about when I was younger. Here at Stitch Perfect, we're classic coach trimmers. So if you don't know what that means taking mostly vintage and classic cars and recovering the seats, the dashboard, steering wheels with either leather or vinyl, depending on what the original specification of the car is or depending on what the customer wants. We work on many prestigious vehicles from Aston Martin to Lagonda to Ferrari, Porsche, and also everyday classics like Morris Minors, MGAs, MGBs, Triumphs, so everything really, but as long as it's not too modern, I'll work on it. So normally what happens if it's a full retrim, the customer comes in or contacts me via email or phone, and then we start the process of finding out exactly what the customer wants or needs. And I always like to meet my customers, so they normally come in for a consultation, hopefully with the vehicle that needs trimming. If not, I go to them and view the vehicle to find out what sort of state it's in. I worked at Morgan for about 11 years. I started with an apprenticeship when I was around 19 or 20, something like that. The training that I received at Morgan, it helped me because it was very traditional in that sense. However, it was lacking in some areas, and that's the gaps that I wanted to fill. And in doing this at Stitch Perfect and leaving, I believe I will end up being a master craftsman. I mean, I would have stayed there for my entire career if they'd have been able to satisfy my hunger for knowledge in the craft. I always wanted to be what I'd consider as a master craftsman, and all I was learning was how to trim Morgans and be the best Morgan trimmer. So I decided, 3 years ago, something like that, to leave, and here I am now. So after I left Morgan, to gain more knowledge, it's just more reading and speaking to other trimmers from all over the world. All the other ways, you gain it the hard way. You just have to learn it. The car comes in, you don't know how it's done, so you take it apart, so you see how it deconstructs. And then with that little bit of knowledge, hopefully you can reconstruct it because you deconstructed it. You want it to be the best finished article it can possibly be. So when you're sort of learning in a baptism of fire, so to speak, you have to learn very quickly. It's a sharp learning curve, but it doesn't take too much time. Particularly, it took a week and I knew how to do it. So then I've got that knowledge now for the rest of my life. If I get another set in, I won't need to learn it again. I'd love to have an apprentice here and pass on the skills that I already have, but it's quite difficult to find the right person and the right moment to have that person here, because I would like them to learn something at least with upholstery background. I've had companies come in and offer manufacturing apprenticeships and stuff, but it's not the same. It takes a long time to become masterful at any sort of craft, and that's what we try to do here. I try to do the best job possible for everything, no matter whether it's a small job or whether it's a full retrim. I try to do the absolute best, and then hopefully that will speak for itself, and in years to come people will know the business for quality. The best way to reach me really, if you need work doing, if you need a retrim or just a repair or something like that, is to contact me through the website with the contact form on the website, or pick up the phone. Most of the time you'll have to leave a message and I'll get back to you at the end of the day.